Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Workplay TV channel. So, somebody posted a video the other day, PD Diesel Power. He's a huge Cummins guy. He does have a Ford in his fleet, but he posted a video about how the Powerstrokes act when they're towing, and towing, fairly heavy weights. He mentioned that, they're downshifting, upshifting, downshifting, upshifting like all the time, and they hit 3,500 to 4,000 RPM. Well, I have three 6.7 Powerstrokes. I have a 2019 350, a 17 250, and a 17 550. The 550 tows 30,000 pounds on a regular basis, 488 gears, so that does help it out. Tows it like a champ, no problems. I really cannot complain. So today, we're towing 17,000 pounds behind the truck. We're at 25K gross. That is a typical load for him from the videos that I've been watching. So we'll see how this truck acts. So right off the get-go, I'm not going to say that the Powerstroke is better than Cummins. There's a reason why, 70% or more of hotshot guys and guys that, tow horse trailers and stuff all the time drive Cummins. Inline 6, it's a tractor engine. That's what they're made for. They have so much low-end torque. They probably do it easier, absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with that whatsoever, and I really respect Paul. I'm actually considering trading in my 250 for a 3,500 high output Cummins myself. And since I've been considering that, I've watched his videos more than anybody because he actually does work his trucks. So I've been watching his videos a lot. I was subscribed before then, but now I've been paying even more sort of closer attention to it. So we're gonna do this test today, and we'll just see. Like, you guys will get to see how the truck acts. We're gonna be pulling hills. I live in Nova Scotia, and it's all hills. And the section of highway I'm gonna take you on, it is completely hills. There's like zero flat ground. It's all up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So you'll get a first-hand view, and there's a lot of bickering back and forth on his channel, some comments and stuff, Powerstroke this, Powerstroke that, Cummins this, Cummins that. So we'll hopefully answer a few of those questions today. We have for the load, and yeah, I know all you Cummins guys and Ram guys are gonna laugh. Well, look at that, that's a good setup. You got a Ford towing a Ford. Well, that's what I had to work with. So the trailer itself, I'm gonna show you all the weights. So first we'll talk about the 17,000 pounds we're towing. The trailer itself right here is rated for 30,000 pounds, and that is our available payload. So that tells you right there that we're at 8,840 pounds trailer weighs. The truck, I'll show you the sticker on the truck just so there's no question. The truck GVR is 11.5, and our available payload is right there. So if you do the math on all that, it adds up to 17,000 pounds. Factor in, the snowplow gear on this truck's a couple hundred pounds. I got a toolbox on the back, that's a couple hundred pounds. We got the bucket on the front. Anyway, I'm not going to push the limits here. We're just going to say 17,000 pounds. It's probably a little bit more, but that's what we're going to go with. Plus this truck weight. This is a 2017 F250. So plus this truck weight, our GVW is 9,900 pounds. And there's our payload. So if you add all those numbers up, guys, we're at 25K gross. And that's a very typical load from what I've been seeing on his channel. He's usually between 22 and 27K, towing with his 3,500. The downfall of this trailer is it is tandems and it's heavy axles. It's a 30K axle trailer, so it's gonna catch a bit of drag compared to some of the single axle, triaxle single wheel. But anyway, enough said. We got some air in our bags. We're ready to go. We're gonna take off and just hit the road, and we'll see how this thing acts. All right, guys. So I am going to reset my trip. And I can tell you right now that I'm gonna get terrible fuel mileage because, like I just said, this trip is gonna be all hills. Like, all of it is gonna be hills. All right, so we're gonna get on the road here. All right, so I have towed this truck before when I got the snowplow gear and stuff hooked up onto it this year. I had to take it out to my uncle's shop, and he geared up the snowplow and all that stuff onto it. And it had the snowplow on, so it was even a bit heavier. And I was at about 18,000 pounds then, because the snowplow itself weighs that much to make that much difference. Oh, look at this guy. Yeah, great. Good thing the trailer brakes work. Thanks, bud. Anyway, so I've told this before, the truck did great, but hey, you know what? I never noticed what the RPM was at because I never really heard it, to be honest. Like, I never took notice to it. I didn't hear it screaming, that's for sure. That is one thing that Paul did say in his video. Now, again, coming from a Cummins, it might seem that way, maybe. I can understand that comment, but saying that the truck was running at 3,500 to 4,000 RPM and shifting up and down all the time, I don't know where that's coming from. He does actually have a 350 that he uses in his fleet, so I don't know if his drivers are telling him that or what, because I've never personally, and maybe he does have a video out there, but I've never personally seen him tow with the 350. So if he's just getting misinformation from his guys, then, you know, right on. But if he's actually used that truck and that's what he found, then there's something wrong with that truck, because none of my trucks do that. But anyway, you know, we got our brakes, our trailer brake set, we've got our exhaust brake on, and we have a tow haul on. Our mirrors, our beautiful Ford tow mirrors, are extended, and we're set and ready to go. So I'm just gonna merge on the highway, and as soon as we get on the highway, we have a hill. I'm gonna set the cruise control, so I'm gonna let the truck do its thing. I'm not gonna control the truck, so I'm not gonna try to trick you guys into saying, yeah, it's not shifting down and whatnot. I'm gonna let it do its thing. The truck is gonna decide what it wants to do. So no sort of misinformation here at all. I want to get the truth out there, one way or the other. Maybe I'm gonna get proven wrong. Maybe the thing will be shifting down all the time. I don't know. But anyway, let's jump on the highway and we'll take it from there. Okay, let's make some room here for ourselves to get on the highway. And away we go. So we have a hill right off the get-go. Like I said, I'm not gonna hammer on the thing, but I'm gonna want to get up to speed. So there's about 2,900 RPM, and this is just, you know, getting up to speed. We're not on the highway cruising yet, but we do have a hill. We're at, you know, 25 pounds of boost. Holding 3,000. We're in third gear, a little over 3, drop down, fourth gear. We're at cruising speed, crest at the top of the hill. Okay, so there's a test right off the get-go. Right off the get-go, we had to, you know, get up to speed. Would the Cummins do it with less RPM? Probably. You know what? It would. Probably. I can't tell you firsthand. That's one of the reasons why I'm really curious about getting myself into a 3,500 Cummins. And yeah, I definitely wish this truck was a 350 as well. With the airbags, they do a hell of a job for sure. But you know, with this much weight back there, it would be nice to have the 350 for sure. So coming down here, we got a big hill already we're going down. And then the reason why I haven't set the cruise yet, because there's construction through here, and we still have to slow down to an 80. So once we get through this construction, I will set the cruise control, and we will take it from there. But until I get through this construction area, and there's some rough sections here, I'm not going to set it right away. So let's get through this. You can see where the truck's at, 6th gear right now. 100 kilometers an hour, 60 miles per hour. Here's a bad section. Yeah, that sucks. I could use another 10 pounds of air pressure in my tires. I run my tires about 10 pounds below what it asked for. Okay, so right now I'm actually gonna set, so we're at 61 miles per hour, and we have a very tough grade here already. That's what this whole highway is going to be like. Like I said, our MPG is going to be terrible. But this is a real world test. So right now we're in 5th gear. You can see the RPM starting to drop a little. Now it's sort of holding its speed. Now we're starting to drop a little bit of speed. Shifted down to 4th. We're at about 2300 RPM. Speeding back up in 4th. 2500 RPM. Shifted down to 5th. Up to 5th. And down to 6th. And we haven't even totally made it up this hill yet. 6th gear, 1500 RPM, hauling the weight. So far, so good. We're still holding 6, we're losing a little bit of speed, we are still climbing. I am going to get the cruise control set at a little bit higher. You know, right there in 5th gear. Now we're in our max, now we're in our peak torque. That's exactly where the truck wants to be. We're in our peak torque. We're just about crested the top of this hill. So I'm gonna set my cruise up to 64 miles per hour. We got a car passing us here. And this hill coming back, guys, is gonna be an absolute killer. This hill we're about to go down, this kills towing vehicles. This kills transport trucks. You know, it just demolishes everybody. The right lane is very wide for that reason. This is a crazy grade right here. I'm not sure exactly what this grade is, but this has to be the maximum like allowable grade. You can just see. So again, we're going down this hill, downshifted into 4th to hold us where we want to be. 2700 RPM. We're gonna go down, we're gonna go up. We're gonna go down, we're gonna go up. That's basically what this trip's gonna be like the entire time. The one thing in this truck that certainly could be better, and I'll be the first one to admit it, is the exhaust brake. The exhaust brake could definitely do a better job of holding you back. But we are slowing down. We're not to the bottom of the hill yet. We are slowing down. Now once we get down here, the truck's gonna be tricked. You know, it's like, okay, we just had to slow down to come down this hill. We're slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. And then bang, it has to go back up a hill. So if you were doing this yourself, then you know, you could gain some speed coming down that hill if you wanted to help the truck get up the hill. But we're not gonna do that. So the truck is in 5th gear right now. We're starting to climb back up the hill. 1900 RPM, 5th gear. Climbing the hill. So far it has not been shifting down and shifting up and shifting down and shifting up. I don't hear the fan. I don't hear things screaming at me. So far so good. Down to 6, or up to 6. 1550, 1600 RPM. Cruising at our speed. This is about as flat as the highway is gonna get. There is still a little bit of a grade here, but let's step away for a second until we hit the next hill. So we're going down the hill. We actually have to slow down our cruise control a little bit because we have someone in front of us hauling a camper that is not helping us out. That's for sure. They're not going very fast. But now they're going downhill, so they are. So we'll get back up to 64 miles per hour. There's our transmission temp, 198 so far. That is one thing about the Isons for sure over the Powerstrokes. Powerstroke transmissions just run warmer. That's just what they do. The Cummins with the Ison, they definitely run cooler. The transmission temp certainly runs cooler. So we're down the hill. The truck sort of wanted to slow down, so now it's got to get itself going again. Down to 5th gear. Down to 4th because we were losing so much speed. 2500 RPM. We're picking speed back up. Still in fourth, 2,600 RPM. Just starting to get to the top of the hill. Still 2,600 RPM. Fifth gear, 2,000 RPM. This trailer is all over the road. That thing hauling that should not be towing that. Down we're up to sixth gear, 1550, 1600 RPM, and to the top of the hill. 199 on our transmission. We are at 214 on our oil temp. Again, these Powerstrokes do tend to run warmer. 214, 212, transmission 199. Okay, so I was gonna go one exit further, but this guy in front of me is just driving me nuts, and I really don't feel like falling behind him because the trailer is absolutely all over the road. He's got a minivan towing that trailer, and it's not pretty. Okay, so we're just gonna loop around. We're gonna hit those same hills again, and we're gonna catch that bad son of a bee on the way back. That thing is a killer. Okay, so again, we have a hill getting back onto the highway. 3,000 RPM. Now I'm accelerating to get going. This is not, you know, this is not just pulling. Okay, just like that, up to speed. Cruise is set at 64 miles per hour. Let's just go to 65 just to round it off. Now we do have a bit of flat ground here. This is the one section of flat ground before we get up to this hill. So right beyond this flat ground, we do have a hill we're gonna be climbing. So here we are right now, 65 miles per hour, 6th gear, 1550 RPM. So we'll see what happens when we hit this hill. Alright, so here we are. We are just getting ready to sort of get into this hill. There's our transmission temp, 201. Oil temp, 208. Alright, so here we go. We're climbing the hill. She's definitely going to downshift. Down to 5th, 1900 RPM. Down to 4th right away, 2500 RPM. Gaining speed. .26, down to 5th, up to 5th. We got idiots trying to pass us here at the very last second. We're up to 6, just like that. So 6th gear, 1500 RPM. And I gotta give myself some space because, man, people are just, I don't get people. I just don't understand. In a huge rush to go by me, and now I'm doing, you know, 90 kilometers an hour. 203, oil temp 214. We're in 5th gear, 6th gear. I was just doing 65 miles per hour and I had people passing me, and now I'm doing 55 miles per hour. Makes sense. Okay, so here we are. We're going down another hill. Imagine that. And we're going to be going up a very, very steep hill. This isn't the killer, but it's a bad one. I would love to set my cruise control right now, but I don't trust the people in front of me. Airbag compressor. That is not the fan. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get us back up to 65. Okay, so 65 miles per hour. Down the hill. Now we're getting ready to go back up. Fifth gear, 1900 RPM. I'm fine with 1900 RPM. I'm cool with that. Holding fifth gear, it's gaining speed, pulling itself up the hill. Like, just hold fifth. I'm good with that. That's what I tend to see in most Cummins videos. Again, guys, would the Cummins do better? You know what? Like I said before, there's a reason why the majority of people, sorry, I just had a sneeze, hauling goosenecks, hauling hotshot, hauling horse trailers, use Cummins. Because they are great for towing. Man, these people are driving me nuts. They are great for towing. Absolutely they are. Come on, buddy. You're not getting by me in here. Jesus, people. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, there's a reason why people use Cummins. It's a tractor engine. They have so much low-end torque. Inline six. That's what they're made for. I'm not disputing that Cummins is a better towing engine, like paired up with the Aisin transmission, than what the Powerstroke is with the torque shift. I'm not disputing that at all. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here in response to comments that were made that I just did not make any sense to me whatsoever. And it made me think, man, is that really how my truck works? Because I never took notice to it before. But here we are. We're proving it. Now, if ever this thing was going to hit 3,500 RPM, it's going to hit it on that hill right there you see in the distance. That thing is a damn beast in its own. That is an animal. Most vehicles go up that hill that are towing anything with their four-way flashers on. And I'm going to have to slow down here going down this hill, which is killing me because of the people in front of me who just passed me. Ah. Alright, we're at a disadvantage to start out with here. Okay, I set it to 65 miles per hour. I got screwed up there big time because the people in front of me that are now doing 65 miles per hour again. Hit a passing lane and away they go. So we're in fourth gear, 2,600 RPM. I would have loved to have been able to coast down that hill and hit this in fifth gear or sixth gear to start out with, but that didn't happen. But here we are, we're in fourth gear, 2,600 RPM, climbing this mamma jamma of a hill. There's our transmission temp. We are holding our speed. We are actually at our speed that we want to be. 2,600 RPM, fourth gear. No issue whatsoever. Could I have pulled that hill in fifth gear if I wouldn't have been messed up by these guys in front of me? I don't know. I'm not going to say yes, I'm not going to say no, but it would have had a chance, that's for sure. But here we are again. Now I got to slow down again. Wow. Wow is all I can say. Look at this. 80 kilometers an hour. We were just doing 65 miles per hour. Anyway, I honestly expected the truck to lose speed on that hill. And like I said, if it was ever going to kick down to a gear that was going to bring us up over 3,000 RPM, that would have been the hill. But it held fourth gear at a disadvantage to start out with. It held fourth gear and climbed. Alright, so we got one last hill before we get home. Traffic decided to speed up a bit. We're in fifth gear right now, 65 miles per hour. Let's see what happens. Holding fifth. Still holding fifth, 2,000 RPM. It loves fifth gear, and I love fifth gear. That's the sweet spot. This is a decent hill. You can see in the mirror. It's a good size hill. We're climbing a long ways. We're at the top. Fifth gear, 2,000 RPM. No problem whatsoever. Still have not heard the fan yet. Sixth gear, crested the hill. Now we're gonna get off the highway. Alright guys, so that's it for the towing. When I get back to the house, I'll just close this video, talk to you for a second. That's it. That's all I can do for you. That's all I can show you. That's evidence. Okay guys, we're back. 32.2 miles, 8.1 mpg. You know what? For basically towing hills non-stop, not basically, it's what I did. That's actually not bad. I was expecting a lot worse than that. So anyway guys, there it is. I don't know, but I can't really agree with many of the comments that PD Diesel made the other day in his video. The one thing I can agree with is that the Cummins is definitely known to tow better than any other diesel truck on the market. It's an inline six. It's a tractor engine. It's what they do. Yeah, you know what? I think it probably does tow better than the Powerstrokes. Honestly, yeah, hands down it does. But it does, the Powerstroke does not act like PD Diesel was saying. It doesn't struggle on hills. It doesn't know what gear it wants. It doesn't do any of those things. I'm not sure where that's coming from. But anyway guys, that's it. If you liked the video, you know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I know I'm gonna get all kinds of comments from the Cummins guys, and it's gonna be nasty. And they're probably gonna be saying, hey man, we don't want you to buy a Cummins, stick with Powerstroke, stick with Powerstroke. All right, bring them on. I guess it is what it is, but I just wanted to make the video just to show, to see for myself even, how this thing does and how it acts. But anyway guys, that's it for now. Take care, stay safe, see ya, bye.